Hi guys. Earlier this week, Eurogamer dropped a whole bunch of new rumors about the Nintendo NX. These rumors are not confirmed yet, but they are about as close to being confirmed as they can be without Nintendo saying anything. They're highly corroborated by multiple sources, and so this is probably most likely what the NX is going to be. So I'm going to go through all these rumors real quick and then just tell you a few likes and dislikes I have about these if they do happen to be true. First of all, Eurogamer has said that the NX is a portable console with a TV dock that you can plug in to put everything up on your TV. The actual system, the screen, kind of like an iPad, but we're not exactly sure what the format's going to be, has detachable controllers on the side. So when you want to put it in the dock, you take the controllers off, put it on the dock, put them together, and then you have a controller to use to play it on your TV. As far as the internal workings of the NX, of its graphical power, they've said that it's going to be using the NVIDIA Tegra chip. This part is a little more murky. Some say it might be the Tegra 2, which means it's a quite bit more powerful, but it looks like it's going to be the standard NVIDIA Tegra chip, which means it would be more powerful than the Wii U, but not quite as powerful as the PS4. Thirdly, they have said that the NX is going to use cartridges and not discs. I know there's a patent a while ago for Breath of the Wild that came out that said it was being produced for both, not CDs, whatever they use for Wii U, Blu-rays? I don't know. HD DVDs, do they still make those? Being made for both Wii U and a new cartridge-based system, so I believe this one to be true. And lastly, to round out the rumors, they've said the way they're going to market the NX is just to have games with you on the go. First of all, what I really like about Nintendo's new approach, if these rumors are to be believed, is the marketability. A big problem with the Wii U is that not a lot of people, I mean, people who are tapped into the industry knew what it was, but a lot of people who bought the Wii in particular, that giant 100 million conglomeration of people, a lot of them didn't know what the Wii U was. They didn't know if it was a Wii add-on or the successor to Wii or something completely different. It's just, it tried to do too many things and didn't do a lot of them well. So if the NX simplifies, says it's a portable, you plug in, now it's on your TV, that could be really good for Nintendo sales. The second thing I like about the NX is that it's different from anything else on the market right now in terms of its biggest competitors. The PS4 and Xbox One already have huge install bases. Their users are very entrenched in their own ecosystems. To make them pull their heads out of the sand and go turn towards something else to buy it, it's going to need to be different. Nintendo can't just compete on power. They can't make another box that runs PS4 and Xbox One games. They have to do something different. People get annoyed when other people say that because they just want a really strong HD system that plays awesome Mario games, which, believe me, I want too. But market-wise, I don't think that's a good idea for them. I think it is a good idea to do something very different like they're doing. They've dominated the handheld industry for years, so the big issue is going to be, can they break into the what is now basically the mobile phone market? It kind of feels like this is what they wanted the Wii U to be. Looking back now, if this NX stuff is to be true, the Wii U feels like a half measure. Everything runs from your console, it beams to your controller, and you can get maybe 15 feet away before it starts blanking out and having all sorts of delay problems. Trust me, I've tried to play in the bathroom like they said I could. You can't do that. I'm forced to use my phone in the bathroom like a barbarian. The third thing I really like about this new NX rumor is that if it truly is a portable console hybrid, can play on your TV and in your hands, that would mean vertically integrating all of Nintendo's developers. The higher volume of good games has been on the 3DS rather than the Wii U. If they can get all the 3DS developers and all the Wii U developers to both work on the NX, and that way everything that Nintendo makes is for one system, it's not going to have as big of a software famine than the Wii U did, especially right now when like 3 games are coming out for the rest of the year. When Nintendo buckles down and makes quality software, they make quality software. My biggest dream for a long time is that they get out of hardware completely and only make games for PlayStation and Xbox. That would be incredible. But if we have to have it this way, I would rather everyone at Nintendo be working on one system rather than split it and have to decide where it's going to go, because something's going to fail at that point. This generation, it was the Wii U. Like number 4 about this new NX news, namely specific game series, both Pokemon Go and Monster Hunter. Give me a system that I can take outside and then catch all my Pokemon with, and then come back home, put in the TV dock, sit on my couch, and then train all my Pokemon and level them up and actually fight in battles that control well, that you don't just tap to death, that would be incredible. If they had one of those every other year, or every year, whichever one they wanted to do, probably every year, if they did that, that would be a huge boost to the NX right out the gate that would sell so many units. If they just made a Pokemon Go machine, that would sell units. So imagine if that was a yearly thing for Nintendo. That would be great for their first party lineup. In terms of third parties, if Monster Hunter breaks into the NX in a big way, that is going to get the Japanese market to jump on the bandwagon. Monster Hunter has been huge in Japan for the last decade or so. It would be awesome to have an NX with Monster Hunter. I could go to my friend's house, play with him there, go back to my house, put it on the dock, and just keep playing online. That would be so cool. So I told you what I like about the NX, if those rumors are to be believed. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I dislike or where I think Nintendo's going to have trouble. First of all, they're already going to be working from behind. Not just because they're jumping in the middle of a console generation, but both PS4 and Xbox probably have new additions coming out soon, if rumors are to be believed. Xbox for sure has the Xbox One S, and then the Scorpio next year, which is going to be like a crazy 4K gaming rig. And the PS4 has been rumored to have the PS4 Neo later this year, which is a super-powered PS4. So if this new NX already isn't as strong as the PS4 and Xbox One as they stand now, when those start iterating and getting stronger and stronger, I mean, the NX is going to be left in the dust, which means they're going to have the same third-party issues that they have now. People that aren't Nintendo, that make games for everyone, are going to continue to go to the PS4 and Xbox One because they already have a huge install base and they are similar architecture-wise. So they're going to keep making games for that and not for the NX, which kind of sunk the GameCube and has continued to sink the Wii U, especially with such a dearth of first-party titles. I mean, all this is moot if Pokemon Go takes off, Monster Hunter takes off, Mario, Zelda, all these things really come out hot out of the gate with the NX. It sells like hotcakes. Wherever there's an install base, people are going to flock to it. If you look at the Wii, it had twice as many third-party games as the GameCube, like over 1,200. So whichever console is selling well, people are going to come to that and make games. So it's not just it has to be like PS4 and Xbox. If you build it, they will come, but that could be an initial issue with the NX if it doesn't start selling very quickly. Another thing I dislike is that it is rumored to not be backwards compatible, which is a big deal for Nintendo. One of their biggest strengths is their back catalog, all the amazing games they've made since the 80s. And if you can't play any of those on the new system, then that means having to keep your Wii U around, having to keep your Wii around. All those virtual console games you already bought 6 times, you're not going to be able to buy a 7th time on the NX. That being said, they are releasing their NES Classic Mini later this year. It's just a small NES with like 30 old games on it. The funny thing about that was that it said Classics line on the box, so apart from the NES, it looks like they're going to be making more of their classic consoles in that method, so probably Super Nintendo, 64, GameCube, all those things. So if that's their solution for backwards compatibility, at least that's something. We can still play Nintendo's greatest games in their back catalog. Okay, my last dislike is more of just a worry because we don't know the concrete details of it, and that's the data plan for the NX. If you do something like Pokemon Go, everyone knows it chews through data like crazy, so even disregarding battery life for a superpowered console, how are we going to pay for data? Is it going to come through our cell phone service? Is Nintendo going to have a service? They're branching out into smartphone apps. Are they going to do their own thing? No one really knows, and I'm kind of worried about that. If you look at the Vita, memory cards sunk the Vita. When you can buy a Vita right now for $99, and the only memory card you can buy is $40 to $60, that's going to tank a system. So if the NX does not provide a way to connect to the internet for a relatively small amount of money, that could sink them real quick too, because what's great about an online handheld you take outside if it costs way too much to get online? Alrighty guys, that was just a few of my thoughts on the NX. Whether they bomb or do very well, it's going to be very exciting, I think, and I can't wait to see what Nintendo does. They're always most interesting when backed into a corner, and they are surely backed into a corner now. They just posted like a $50 million loss, or something like that. That might not be right. They lost lots of millions of dollars, I know that. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. Please follow me on Twitter down here, and please click subscribe, even if you don't watch me any further videos, because that helps me a lot. And I just started a Tumblr. God help me. Barrier.tumblr.com. I've been posting all my articles there, been writing about a lot of dumb things, and I think it's a lot of fun. I hope you stop by. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.